Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you out came out there pushing this word with all truth and sincerity, and to all you believers out there who believe in on the gospel. And it's the brother Quara Abad from the GMS Houston camp. I just want to go into a lesson, man. Still reading on in the book of Luke, and this account, I came across when Yahawashi, him and Legion, Legion being, as we're gonna read the account, a man that had many evil spirits in him, man. You see, and of course, as we're gonna we're gonna read through it. I don't want to spoil it, But Yahawashi cast the evil spirits out that man. You see, and it said after that he was what? Because remember, before Yahawashi cast the evil spirits out of him, what it said? He was naked. He wasn't in his right mind when he had them evil spirits on him. But then Yahawashi came through, cast the evil spirits out of him. Then it said what? He was clothed and in his right mind, man. You see that? And that's what happened to us, man. Without Yahawashi, without this truth, we was in the world. We had buku spirits on us, buku demons on us. You see, naked. Now you might have had your Jordans on. You might have had your Nike hoodie on, your Carl Kanai t-shirt on. But what is naked talking about? Being spiritually naked without this truth, man. Dead bodies and dead bones, man. Like I said in Revelation 11 and Ezekiel 37. We wasn't clothed because we didn't have this truth to cover us. We didn't have that full armor of the Lord on, as it speaks of in Ephesians 6, man. And we was out of our minds. But coming into this truth, now we are clothed, man. And now we in our right mind. You see, and that's exactly what Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi did for us. Just as he did for Legion, he doing it for us, man. You see? Right? But Lord willing, he allow us to follow Yahawashi, though. That we continue to be allowed to follow the Lamb whithersoever he go. You see? But I'm going to go ahead and get this this account real quick and grab a few precepts with it. And Lord willing, this lesson be edifying. This is Luke 8. And I'm going to start at 26. It says, and they arrived at the country. This is talking about Yahawashi and the disciples. And they arrived at the country of the Gadarenes, which is over against Galilee. And when he went forth to land, there met him out of the city a certain man which had devils long time. You see? Right? A certain man which had devils a long time. It says, and watch this, and wear no clothes. He didn't have no clothes, just like us before this truth, right? Like, hey, remember Moses came down from the mount when he got the 2 tables of stone, and what he said when he seen Israel worshiping the other gods, he seen them right there naked, man. Now, was they actually naked? No, it was talking about they was without the truth, worshiping other gods, man. You see? It says, abode long time and wear no clothes, neither abode in any house but in the tombs, right? Hey, before the truth, we wasn't in no house, man. We was in the house of the thief. Now we in the house of the Lord, man. In a correct house, it says, and when he saw Yahawashi, he cried out and fell down before him, and with a loud voice said, what have I to do with thee, Yahawashi, thou son of the Most High? I beseech thee, torment me not. For he had commanded the unclean spirit to come out of the man. You see, Yahawashi commanded the evil spirits to come out of this man. It says, for oftentimes they had caught him, and he was kept bound with chains and in fetters, and he brake the bands and was driven of the devil into the wilderness. And Yahawashi asked him, saying, what is thy name? And he said, Legion, because many devils were entered into him, man. And it says, and they besought him that he would not command them to go out into the deep. So the spirits that was on the man asking Yahawashi, look, man, pretty much ask for mercy to tell Yahawashi over them spirits, man. You see? And it says, and there was a herd of many swine feeding on a mountain, and they besought him that he would suffer them to enter into them, and he suffered them. So Yahawashi cast the evil spirits out of the man and made him go into some pigs. It says, then went the devils out of the man and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down a steep place into the lake and were choked. All right, here we get to the point. Verse 34. And when they that fed them saw what was done, they fled away and told them in the city and in the country. Verse 35, here it is. Then they went out to see what was done and came to Yahawashi, right? And came to Yahawashi and found the man. So when they came to Yahawashi, they seen the man who just had many devils on him, legion, right? It says it came to Yahawashi and found the man out of whom the devils were departed, sitting at the feet of Yahawashi. So this man was sitting at the feet of Yahawashi. But this the point I want to get. Remember, without Yahawashi coming to this man, it said he was naked, bugged out of his mind, demons on him. But watch what happened after Yahawashi cast the demons out of this man. And that's what I'm going to touch on, man. The same thing Yahawashi did for us. We was naked before this truth, out of our minds. But then Yahawashi, by way of the Holy Spirit, by way of setting men up, you see, led us to the truth, allowed us to receive it. Now we are clothed, man. You see? But I don't want to jump the gun. Let's get to it. It says, and found the man of whom the devils were departed, sitting at the feet of Yahawashi, clothed and in his right mind. You feel me? It said the man was clothed and in his right mind after Yahawashi cast the spirits off this man. You see? Clothed and in his right mind. And that's the same exact thing Yahawashi doing for us today, man. He healing us, man. We was naked without the truth, but now we are clothed. Let me get a scripture to go into how we clothed now, man. Right? This is Isaiah 60. And let me see. Isaiah 60 and 10. It says, I will greatly rejoice in the Lord Yahweh. My soul shall be joyful in the Most High. For he hath clothed me with the garments of salvation. He have covered me with the robe of righteousness, man. You see? This truth, man. This is what we clothed with. The whole armor of the Lord. Right? Before this truth, we had wicked spirits on us. We wasn't clothed with the hope of salvation. We wasn't clothed with the righteous way of living. You see? We wasn't clothed with hope and faith, man. No. It says, as a bridegroom decketh himself with ornaments, and as a bride adorneth herself with her jewels, man. And Yahawashi is that bridegroom, and he elect the bride. You see, let me snag this one real quick. But this is what we clothed with, man. Right? Righteousness of the Lord, man. And what is the righteousness of the Most High without the law? As it says in Romans 3, faith in Yahawashi. Yahawashi is the only way to be clothed, man. You see, the only way to be back in your right mind as an Israelite is Yahawashi. He is the way, the truth, and the life, man. He is the door that you have to go in. If it wasn't for Yahawashi, Legion wouldn't have had them demons taken off of him. If it wasn't for Yahawashi, Legion wouldn't have had clothes on him. Where you get the clothes from? You feel me? If it wasn't for Yahawashi, that man wouldn't have been in his right mind. If it wasn't for Yahawashi, the same would go for us, man. You see, this Revelation 16 and 15, this Yahawashi speaking, he says, behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame, man. And he talking about this truth. This truth is our garments, man. You see? This truth is our garment, man. And Yahawashi, when he come back, he don't care what type of clothes you got. I don't know. He want to see if you got this truth. Right? Why you think in a parable in Matthew 22, right? When the elect was going when they were speaking of the elect getting saved, real quick, why Yahawashi told this man this? Matthew 20, not 22, yeah, 22. Matthew 22 and 11. And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment. He didn't have the truth. You see? He didn't have the truth. It says, and he said unto him, friend, how camest thou in hither, not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless. Then said the king to the servants, bind him hand and foot and take him away and cast him into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. For many are called, but few are chosen, man. You see? So you have to have this truth in order to get saved. Right? You have to believe in the truth in order to get saved. And the only way to get the truth is if you go to Yahawashi, go through Yahawashi, man. You see? But what else is said about the man? Before Yahawashi, he was naked, and we just got scriptures going into how we got to be clothed with this truth, man. You see, with the righteousness of the Lord, with the hope of salvation, faith, right? You see, Ephesians 6, that's the garment, man. Matter of fact, let's get that. Let's get that, since the Lord, you know, got us keep mentioning it. I'll get it real quick. Ephesians 6. And I'm gonna start at 13. It says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor, that you may be able to withstand the evil day, and having done all to stand. Right, your Kuji sweater ain't gonna allow you to stand during Jacob's trouble. No, wisdom and knowledge gonna allow you to stand. You see? So what you have to be clothed with, what's written therein, man. The things that was written aforetime was written for our learning, right? Romans 15:4, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. You see, the Lord don't care if you got the Gucci, the offended. No, he care if you got the garments of truth on. It says, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth. There you go. This the garment, truth. Your loins girt about with truth, and having, right, and having on the blessed breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel. We speaking of all spiritual things right here for the garment. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith you shall be able to quench the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High. That's the garments we have to have on, man. You see, that's the garments that we have to have on. Before this, we didn't have all this. We didn't have the shield of faith to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. You see, we didn't have the helmet of salvation. That salvation wasn't on our mind before this truth. You see, we didn't have the sword of the Spirit. We didn't have the word, man. But after Yahawashi, we was clothed, just like the dude Legion. Let's go back to that. This Luke 8:35. Then they went out to see what was done, and came to Yahawashi, and found a man, out of whom the devils were departed, sitting at the feet of Yahawashi, clothed. After Yahawashi came to this man, then he was clothed. Just after Yahawashi came to us, revealed himself to us, and supping with us, we are clothed. It says clothed and in his right mind. But before that, it said he wasn't in his right mind, breaking chains, and you see, people were scared of him, tripping. But after Yahawashi, he was in his right mind, just like us today. Let's snag just to prove that. Colossians 1:19. For it pleased the Father that in him should all fullness dwell, and having made peace through the blood of his cross, talking about Yahawashi. Yahawashi made peace between the Most High Yahweh and the nation of Israel by him getting on that cross and being a living sacrifice for the nation of Israel, man. Acts 5:29, 30, 31, right? Right? And it says, by him to reconcile all things unto himself, by him I say, whether they be things in earth or things in heaven. Watch this. And you that were sometimes alienated and enemies, right? It says, and you who, talking about the Israelites, and you who were sometimes alienated and enemies in your mind by wicked works, yet now he have reconciled, man. You see, and this is talking about the Israelites. You see, just like Legion, he was bugged out of his mind, but when Yahawashi came and said he was in his right mind. So before Yahawashi, we was in the wrong mindset. You see, like Yahawashi told him, you are of your father the devil. We was doing the works of Esau. We was living the life Esau wanted us to live in America. You see, fully engulfed in the world of the wicked, man. But Yahawashi pulled us out of that through this truth, man. Just like he pulled Legion out of them demons, he pulled us out of that too, man. You see, and now, right, it says, you who were sometimes alienated and enemies in your mind by wicked works, now have he reconciled in the body of his flesh through death to present you holy and unblameable and unreprovable in his sight, man. You see, just like Legion was sitting at the feet of Yahawashi, man, showing obedience, man. The same thing we doing today, showing we kissing the son, man, lest he be angry. But just like Legion, Yahawashi had this man, after he was bugged out, had this man, before he was naked, after Yahawashi, he was clothed. Before Yahawashi, he was out of his mind. After Yahawashi, he was in his right mind. You see, the same thing goes for us. Before Yahawashi, we was naked, man, without the truth. Yahawashi, the Most High, sent his son to sup with us. Now we clothed. Before Yahawashi, what the scriptures just said, we was enemies and alienated in our mind by wicked works, doing wicked things of this earth that we was raised up to do. But now we in our right mind, man. You see, matter of fact, let's get this real quick. Because remember, Yahawashi cast some spirits off Legion, right? And he was in his mind. The same thing happened to us. When we came into the truth, those wicked spirits was cast out of us, and the clean spirit came. We was in our right mind. Matthew 12 and 43. It says, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, just like Legion, right? Them unclean spirits was cast out of Legion and went into the pig, right? So he ain't had demons on him no more. It says, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places seeking rest and findeth none, right? Once we came into this truth, that old man, that old spirit, them demons left out of us, man. You see? Left out of us, and what happened next? It says, then he saith, I will return to my house from whence I came. And when he has come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished. Why? Because that's when the clean spirit, after the unclean spirit left, you see, had your spirit dirty, filthy, your house dirty and filthy. You see? Because that's all our bodies is, a house for our spirits. But when he came back to try to come back up in there, he seen your body, your house, in other words. It says he seen it empty, swept, and garnished. It was clean. Why? Because you had the truth now. You see? You had the truth now. Right? And that's what happened to us. The unclean spirits was cast out of us. He left out of us. And then the clean spirit came within us, man. You know, the Lord put that clean spirit within us. Let me snag this real quick, because that's what healed us ultimately, man, the word. This is Wisdom of Solomon 5. Let me see what time I got to hit the job. Let me see. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end it after this, Lord willing, if another precept don't come to mind. It was just a little, you know, a little impromptu real quick on my lunch break, man. I was reading. I was like, man, that's heavy. What Legion went through, down, we went through that. We got the spirits cast off us, and then we was clothed in our right mind after that, man. You see? But this says, real quick, Wisdom of Solomon 15, and to go into how we was ultimately healed, man. Right? This Wisdom of Solomon 15, and straight to the point, 12. It says, for it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restored them to health. Right? What restored Legion to health? Was it herbs? Was it turmeric? Ginger? You feel me? Balm he can put on? Right? You know? Was that what restored Legion to health? It says all mollifying plaster, right? Balm, ointment. No, that didn't heal that man. But what did? It says, for it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restored them to health, but thy word, O Yahweh, which healeth all things, man. And who's the word? Who's the word? It said it wasn't no herbs that healed you. Because look, you can be the healthiest person ever. You could be the vegan of vegans. You see, smart water or smart waters, right? You eating all the vegetables, all the fruit. Like Pop said on Friday, all the hog ball, you know what I mean? All the fruit, man. But you could be a homosexual. Yeah, you physically clean, but your spirit's still filthy. You feel me? You know, you can eat healthy, work out, be fit, got a 30-pack, muscles coming out your ears. You see, you know, but you are adulterer. So that don't truly heal you, man. You can put all the bomb, make all of the fire, all you want to make, but you a murderer. That don't heal you. What truly heals you? This word. Because once you come into the word, now you have knowledge of the herbs. You see? Now you have knowledge of what to eat and what not to eat because of the law, statutes, commandments. Now you have knowledge of, oh shit, you can't be no homosexual. Oh, you can't be no adulterer or murderer. You see? This word truly changed you physically and spiritually, man. You see? Physically and spiritually, man. This is where it's at. And who is the word? John 1:14. And the word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, and the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth, man. The word was made flesh, and who was that? Yahawashi, man. Yahawashi was made flesh, and that is who healed us, man. That's who brought us out of this, you know what I mean? Out of this current world. You know? That's why I said in the world we shall have tribulation, but in him we have peace, man. You see, in him we have peace. After Legion got healed, that man was at peace. He wanted to follow Yahawashi. You see? Right? So the same thing happening to us today, man. We're in our right mind. After Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi healed us, took that wicked spirit off us. Now we are clothed with truth. You see? Now we are in our right mind, man. Matter of fact, I want to end it off with this. This Ephesians 2:11. Wherefore remember that ye being in times past Gentiles in the flesh. You see, in time past, we was Gentiles in the flesh by the wicked works, man. Doing wicked deeds. You see, growing up doing the things that this world told us was okay, but it was wrong in the sight of the Heavenly Father. It says, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called circumcision in the flesh made by hands, that at that time you were without Mashiach. At the time when we was in this world living like Gentiles, we was without Yahawashi. When Legion was in the caves, you see, bugged out of his mind, had buku demons on him, he was without Yahawashi, man. You see, it says that at that time you were without Mashiach, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel and strangers from the covenants of promise. Right, in the world we didn't know we was Israelites. I didn't know I was from the tribe of Reuben. I didn't know, you feel me, the kingdom of heaven was only for us. You see, I didn't know we was gonna get new bodies. I didn't know we was gonna have slaves. And, you know, we didn't know that, but now we know that. Now we know the covenants for us, the promises of the heavenly Father is for us. It says, having no hope and without the Most High in the world, but now in Mashiach, you who were sometimes afar off are made nigh by the blood of Mashiach, man. You see, now we are brought back by Yahawashi, man. You see, just like Legion was brought back into his right mind by Yahawashi, man. You see, so I just wanted to touch on that, man. You know, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. By Hashem Yahawashi, by Hashem Chakodash. With that, Shalom.